feels like a creation story and gives me strong video game vibe aesthetics. The various colors and emphasis on water flowing makes me think of emergence, and it really emphasizes how life is born. Everything in this short is animated super, super well. I really appreciate how this story is also really carried through transitions and has like a narrative arc in that way. I think one of my favorite parts is the transition between like the stone that sort of like falls into the water and then like moves into this comet type of thing. That was really enticing, and I think like just even the little like particulars in this short were really, really, really well, done and animated super well. I also was, a huge fan of the dragons in this.
It was a sophisticated animation, beautiful introduction with the veining of the green and purple light. That volcanic structure that blooms was just so visually striking. I like how the concept explores Earth and the mind of man and water and space. It all ends with all the beings rising to light. I thought that was so interesting. I couldn't help thinking that it would be so fantastic to see this on the big screen.
The music was very eerie and otherworldly, and I think the animation matched that really well. I loved all the morphs and transformations that the animation went through. You think you're seeing one thing and then it morphs into something else. So I thought that was a cool element to this film. The animation was very fluid, moving into the next frame. It would turn into something else entirely. You never really knew exactly what you were seeing. And it just felt very strange, as if you're on another planet, in someone's head, in someone's dream. Anything but reality, and I thought that was a cool aspect as well. It was very creative. It definitely felt like I was in someone else's head, almost like a bad trip or a fever dream in a way.
I think this animation style really suited this story and the short, and I think the story of like birth and creation, it makes sense to have it be so digital, almost like AI video game-esque, because it is kind of just creating something out of nowhere, and I think that benefits the story. Metaphorically, at least, I think it's really strong. I think you're able to establish a lot really quickly. I think the pacing in this is really, really phenomenal, and the work that you do in transitioning from scene to scene, really, it's not just transitions. They act, the stylized way that they're done builds the story as well, and I think that really works to the benefit of this piece, and it's really, really interesting to watch.
It's really fascinating. It's a cool use of iridescent rainbow colors and electronic shapes that almost seem organic and celestial to a certain extent, and I think it creates a really interesting balance with the music itself and how the song progresses and the singing progresses.
I love their very skillful animation technique with great texture for water. I love when they accomplish a good texture. This, from my perspective, are very hard to get well, and they did it perfectly. We have this music that feels loungy, and it's very engaging with whatever's happening with this world of dragons and meteors and snakes and a lake. Then we have this being that's potentially ascending into higher consciousness, and then back and forth from in and out of this higher perception or revelation. I thought it was conceptually very engaging.
Catchy, interesting, short. I really enjoy the music. Mostly this kind of Afrobeat that we have throughout from start to finish. I think it was quite, I would say, energetic and powerful, but at the same time, it was very attractive, very catchy. Personally, I really like this kind of music, and it really gets you moving as well, you know. So I think overall it was very well done, well executed,